Hi everybody, it's Laura from Lawrence Branch. This might be kind of an old-fashioned idea, betraying my age, but how about making a peace sign? This is made with tin containers, and it's a nice weighty project, and my video will show you how to do it. This is really easy to do, and I think the tin lends itself very nicely because it keeps it nice and sturdy. And so you are going to go on the internet and type in peace sign clip art. By the way, later I'll show you what the history of the peace sign is. And I didn't even really measure my tin. I just kind of thought this is close enough. And then I printed it out and I folded it. I cut away my border and I folded it in half. And then I cut it out, and it was easy to do. You're left with this, and then I used some of my border to wrap little pieces of tin and then hammer them. I used a mallet actually, but a hammer will work also. And then I glued those on one by one onto my peace sign. And then they dried overnight, and I painted them in various colors. Sprayed it with a sealer finisher. And then the next day I repeated it in different colors. So like I said, this is nice and weighty, and then I actually hung it with some stretchy cord. I'm gonna find a cool place to hang this, and I really had a lot of fun making this. And if you don't want to do something as, let's not call it complicated, as sophisticated as this, here's a couple of other ideas. Using the same tin, and I didn't even use a template, but I found a tin that had a circle already in it. Cut it out, gave it a little handle, painted it on both sides, and then I used a Q-tip and black paint just to make the shape of a peace sign. And I sprayed it with sealer finisher, and it's not sharp at all, and I'm going to use this as a bookmark. And you can make this in any colors that you want, any of the things that are being celebrated in May, Pride Month, anything that you want to celebrate. And last but not least, this is a can, and what you will need is electrical tape and crayons. And this was a kind of a flat can. It had chicken and dumplings in it, which I personally enjoyed. Washed it off. I put the black electrical tape in a shape of a peace sign, and I did it on both sides. And I put it in a low temp oven under 300 degrees, and I put it in the oven on this tin. And you're going to want to have yourself an oven mitt that you don't mind getting dirty. I let it heat up, and then I would take it out and I would press my crayon onto the can. You'll see my pictures little by little. And so I built up the layers, and I found that all the colors look nice, but the lighter colors show up better. And you want to make sure that your crayons are peeled. You don't have to peel the whole thing, but if you just at least peel the edges. And so you'll see as you press, after you take it out of the oven, you have about a minute or under in which to melt your wax. And so little by little I built up the layers. And originally I thought that I might remove the black electrical tape, but underneath it doesn't look as good as I thought. So I'm going to leave that on there, and since I sprayed it with the sealer finisher, it's still a little bit tacky, but I think I'm going to cover up both sides of the peace sign with fresh electrical tape, and that should help it look a little bit better. So you have all three of these different kinds of projects, and I enjoyed doing all of them. I watched President Obama less than an hour ago. It was very inspiring. That was my personal opinion, and I hope you'll make one of these projects. And thank you so much for listening, and I hope to see you again soon.